Hey guys, welcome to LJK Financial Foundations. I'm Lonnie Canoli. It's great to have you guys here. This is a channel where we talk about money matters, money 101. This is where we go in depth on different things as far as having to do with budgets, emergency funds, savings, side hustles, and just going in depth and finding out even more in those different categories, really digging deep, educating you guys, and really helping you guys out. Hit the subscribe button, guys, and definitely in this video coming up, check it out. This is where we're going to be talking about budgets. In the past few videos, I talked about steps to getting budget, what that looks like to get started on it. But today on this video, we are digging in deep and actually doing a budget. So check it out, watch this video, and I hope it helps you guys out. Thanks. Welcome, great to have you guys here. Glad you were able to check out the footage just before this where I went through and did a budget on a piece of paper and wrote that out. Some of the key tips that I will tell you for this is definitely have a pencil where you can erase things and rewrite them if you have mistakes. And the other key tip is to have a calculator handy. You guys may know your numbers, but it's always safe, better to be safe than sorry on that. And then the last key tip that I have for you is to make sure that you go through and double check with your bank book that you have everything, or your app or whatever, however you look at your banking information, and just double check, make sure that you have everything. Double check a few months, see if your numbers fluctuate, see if they're the same every month, whatever the payments are, what that looks like. You definitely want to have that information. So when you sit down to do your budget, if it's a fluctuating bill, you know to aim high, and rather, it's better to aim high on that and then end up that it's not as much, rather than aim lower and that it's more money and you don't have the money to make that payment because you allocated it somewhere else. So definitely make sure that you have all that. And whether you're doing a paper budget, Excel template, or an app, double check everything, guys. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You always want to double check stuff, make sure proper information is being pulled, make sure that somebody else hasn't gotten your information and charging stuff off. So the next thing that we're going to go through, an Excel template, which I sell that on my Etsy shop, and I'm going to share a page for you. Right here, you can see my Etsy shop, Designs by LJK Company, and you can see some of the stuff that we have here, different planners, such forth. And it goes into grocery lists, weekly planners, all that kind of stuff. But you'll see the expense tracker that I have here and the template. But all the different stuff that I have available on my Etsy shop, check it out, guys. So I talked about the expense tracker that I have. You guys can go through, just put this as a weekly thing. You know, you can go through, all right, here's the stuff that we're spending money on, the date, whether you cash, credit, debit, and if it's a need or a want, you know, you can go through. And down toward the bottom, there's like a budget review. This is more of a weekly type thing that you can go through and see how your money was spent during the week, and just at the end of the month, you know, hey, where did I have the most trouble? Where could I improve? Or what goals can I have for next month? That's what that sheet looks like. So as you saw that I had the $900. So that was the end of the budget, but that didn't look right. So there was some things that I forgot, and that's the importance of what I'm talking about. You going through and double checking things, because I forgot groceries, I forgot auto insurance. So that was two things that I forgot. I purposely forgot that to kind of show you guys. I had $900 at the end. All right, I'm going to put this toward debt payments, or toward savings, whatever that looks like, or just going out and making a large purchase on something for somebody's birthday, whatever. And at the end of the month, when it's time to, or at whatever point you buy groceries, you know, you're going to go there and there's not going to be money for it because that accidentally got left off. And when car insurance comes out too, because that probably is automatic at this point for most people, you know, that's going to definitely hurt. So here's the income area, what you have coming in, housing, different things, extra areas for stuff. Same thing, insurance. Like I said, we forgot car insurance, so $100. So that now ends up zero down here. But if you see any number other than zero, you definitely want to double check, because it's going to mean that there's a difference between your projected cost and your actual cost. So it helps you to be able to go through and see if something's wrong. So going from there, we have transportation. There's a cost on your auto, public transportation, fuel. I have gas here too. So if you have two different cars or whatever, it breaks it up. You can put it all together, whatever. Like I said, you guys can change these different things in yellow. So then we come up here to groceries. Like I said, I forgot groceries. They'll say that we spend $300 on groceries, and it may not be a solid number again on groceries that you spend every month, but I'd rather aim a little higher and have more money left over than aim lower and have an oh crap moment and be like, where am I going to get this? Which I'll talk about what to do in that in here in a moment. But now we have $500. So I have four-legged kids, that's so I don't have anything for the kids category, but I do have dog food. So $25 on that. I have here under miscellaneous, and this is blank when you guys get it. You can add, this is for whatever else, maybe you tithe at church. So you can add that on here too. There's different things that you may have that aren't on here. So that's why I included so many extra cells on a lot of stuff and allotted for you to be able to still add stuff if there's something that I didn't think of. So going on to entertainment, movies, outings, date nights, Netflix. I added World of Warcraft. Me and my wife play World of Warcraft, gamer nerds. So then we go into taxes. If you're having to pay taxes on stuff, you can add that, any kind of payments that you're doing. Going into personal care, medical, clothing, hair, nails, any other stuff. I try to include a few, quite a few extra categories. Then we go into loans, personal loan, student loan, credit card, obviously is a type of loan. And here's an auto loan, here's $100. And then savings, retirement savings, 401k, miscellaneous. That could be emergency fund, whatever that looks like, $50. Emergency funds are important, guys. I'll be talking about that in the next video, so definitely check that out. But here we are. We have the actual income, 2,400, takes it from here, and all the different categories added up, 1,900. So we have a result of $500 left over. let's say that what this looks like, if you didn't have money left over, what would that look like? So we'll say that we have 575 for medical. So it shows that we are $25 still over, that we're overdrawn on this. By the way, while you're here, you can fill in the month, the year, so that you can do this month to month and save it as that month. So now we're looking at, we're $75 over. So what do I do about that? All my money's already been allocated everywhere, and I still have $75 that is overspent. So maybe World of Warcraft needs to be canceled out. That, and maybe I have to cancel Netflix for the month. So now I'm at $57 over instead of 75. So you guys saw that putting the TV on the credit card in the last video that I did, $30 for the TV. So, if my bill is $30, my minimal payment, I'm paying $57 on the credit card. Well, maybe this month I can only pay the 30 that I really am paying. So now that leaves us $30 still short. So at that point, now I can go to my savings. I've pretty much, can I cut back on anything else? I could cut back on groceries, maybe cut back $30 on groceries, what I do there, or I can cut back on the savings. I don't recommend doing the savings, but if there's no leeway on the groceries, sometimes you get groceries, extra stuff, guys. You know what I'm talking about, extra beer, whatever that looks like. Maybe you can't do that this month. Maybe that's where the $30 is going to come from to save that. But maybe you don't have the leeway of that. Maybe you're a family with kids and whatever that looks like, and you are dead tight on the budget, the grocery budget. That's all, you can't spend less. You have to have this stuff. All right, these bills, you can't really do a lot to change your mortgage, your phone, your electric, any of that stuff. You can't change your insurance, car, fuel, other than not going somewhere as much. But if you got to go back and forth to work and that's what you need, you got to do what you got to do. But maybe this month we don't spend so much toward the savings. Maybe it's only $20. So that now brings us to zero and we are evened out. So that's what I mean by kind of going through your budget. I definitely suggest really going through ahead of time before your money's spent and going through this stuff. But that's going to bring us to the other page here. So all the numbers that you have in each category is automatically brought over here. And then this shows a chart where it's, all right, what does this look like? What's the highest spending thing that you have? You have your income here, your housing. Well, you can't do a whole lot about that. Personal care. I now can look at, all right, this is where I'm spending the most. Next is, where's my money going? Food. You can look at this and see the lines and really see where it's all going. And you can see where I filled in the date. It shows it right there. If you get something like that where it says value or whatever, just hit clear contents and it clears that right up. So just trying to help you out with any problems if you have it. Same thing, backspace, that takes care of it. So this is the cash, the credit, and how to handle them, how to budget everything. And thank you guys for watching this video. If you got anything out of it, please hit the like button. And here's a positive quote for the video. Catch you guys later.